Here is a follow-up video to my previous one, which came out yesterday, about staying positive when it comes to slower sales. I just wanted to share with you what happened the day after I made that video in terms of sales. I'm down at my store here picking up some items early so that I can get back home, make breakfast for the kids, take them to school, all that stuff, so I don't have to come down here before I go open my other location. So I made a video yesterday about, let's see, I don't know why I want to tell you. It's a little after 6 a.m., which is why it's so dark. But I made a video yesterday about, such slow sales. And when I went back and looked at the numbers again, it's actually the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Yeah, on the 15th, I had no sales. And then on the 16th, I had one. 17th, none. 18th, I had one. So I had 4 sales. I'm sorry, two eBay sales in 4 days. And then since yesterday, so again, it's early in the morning here on Thursday, September 19th, 2024. So since yesterday, between yesterday when I made that video, which was kind of in the later morning, and right now, I've sold 4 items on eBay and 1 on Amazon. One of the items I sold is still at home, so it's not shown here. It's another book that I sold for that. Okay, so this book and the other book that I sold in the last 24 hours were ones I just listed. As in, I listed yesterday. So they sold immediately, pretty much immediately. That's what I consider immediately. If something sells within a couple of days, that's pretty much immediate, in my perspective. So the one that's at home, I believe, sold for $34.99. I believe. These are all vintage books. So I sold that one, and then this one here also sold. It's a religious one. All the older books that I was listing were religious because it came from a big donation. Remember, it was like 8-9 tubs. This one's Make Sure of All Things, Hold Fast to What Is Fine. This is a religious book. This sold for $29.99. This came from a friend of ours who had a bunch of books at work from some people. So they were mostly religious, some other stuff as well. And so this one sold. It's a small book, but it sold for the price that I listed it for. This actually sells pretty regularly if you come across it. I don't know if it has a date on it. It's like little scriptures, motivation. I don't know if it's motivation, but here it is. Oh, it's 1965. There you go. From the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania, etc. So if you come across this little book, sold it for $30. So it'll be worth picking up. And then I sold, this is the first thing I sold in the last 24 hours, was this CD, which came from those 5 Gaylords of CD-only Gaylords that I still have 7 or 8 crates left of. This is a stand-up comedy duo, Pinkard and Bowden, Getting Stupid. This one sold for $23.69 plus shipping. I think I listed it within the last couple of months. So that's an older one. And then this one sold, which is you should definitely look for, is the Josephine Baker Story. This sold for $39.99. So there's some higher price stuff. So really nice, $23, $30, $40. The other one I believe was $34.99. So that's really nice as well. This came from a DVD Blu-ray buy that I made on June 6th that I spent $60 on. And everything that sells for a while now has had me in the profit. I put a bunch of stuff in my store and have been selling a lot of this stuff on eBay as well. A lot of sealed stuff was in there, more rare stuff. So yeah, this was a good one to look out for if you come across, whether it's sealed or not. Josephine Baker's Story is actually a pretty rare Blu-ray, from what I found out from research. And then I sold this one, which was a donation back on July 10th, I think. Okay. Here's the problem with being down here. There's somebody screaming profanities outside. There tends to be some homeless people that walk around here. So try to turn off the camera if he walks by. This is called Research Design in Urban Planning, a Student's Guide by Stuart Farthing. This sold for $34.99. So this is, a textbook. I'm always a little leery of textbook sales. Hopefully they keep it, but that's a nice sale. That was from I think she was a former professor, and I picked up like 16, I think, boxes from her. So that was a good one. So 4 eBay sales, 1 Amazon sale, total of 5 sales. All of them were over $20, which is nice. Multiples. The rest of them were almost all the rest of them were over 30. So the thing that I liked was I got sales, period. And you can look at it. You can look at it 2 ways, right? I was going to say the newer stuff that I listed. You can be on the positive side and say, hey, it's great that I listed stuff that people wanted and it sold right away. And the other book at home, which was a religious book as well, but more of like a biography type of thing. And you can think of it as, you pick the right stuff and it sells, which is something positive to think about. But also, I sold 2 older items. And what I'm thinking right now is I of course love when stuff sells right away that I just listed, but also I want to be selling stuff that's been listed for a while so I can move older inventory, especially because I have promotions running right now. So that's the thing that gets under my skin is like I have so many items for sale and I'm not getting as many sales, number one, and number two, I'm not selling the older stuff. Not as much, period, but so that's the way I think about it. I think that it's important though to stay positive, and also generally for me, I get most of my eBay sales from Friday to about Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday tend to be a little slower. Of course, weekend sales are typically the strongest, as you probably know, and then it slowly tapers off. So I'll usually get a lot of my sales for the week between Friday and Monday, and I'll ship out a bunch on Monday, and then I'll continue to get sales Monday to Tuesday, and then a few more sales will trickle in until the weekend. So that's, like I said, essentially Friday to Tuesday are most of the sales. So, getting 4 sales between Wednesday and Thursday is good for sure, and especially much better than what I've got. The previous 4 days I had 2 sales, and now in one day I have 4. But again, I'm kind of, analyzing it, drilling too much down in the daily details, and I recommend that you look at it over longer stretches of time. However, just kind of sharing my thoughts of what when I go through a slower time with sales and what I'm thinking and what you maybe should consider as well. Oh, here comes a train. Yeah, there's literally a railroad or a train that goes by. Railroad tracks really close to the downtown area here, just a block over. But anyway, so I'm really happy for sure that I got these sales and that they're all, one of them's over 20, the rest of them are 30 and up. So that's really nice as well. So I'm going to go ship those off. But I just want to share with you, that you can go from 2 eBay sales in 4 days to 4 sales in one day. It's just funky like that. And then now between Thursday and Friday, we'll see what I get. I may or may not make a video about it, but that's the bottom line is you have to be consistent with your activity, right? So you have to be listing. If you have I recommend a weekly goal. Some people like a daily goal that leads up to the weekly goal. If it's, it doesn't matter, right? Whether it's 20 items a week, 50, 100, 200, just break it down. Everyone has a different schedule if they do this full time versus if they do it part time, extra money, that kind of thing. But have some sort of goal. List those items, make sure that they're items that are selling, whether they should sell at some point, depending on what you're selling, of course. Obviously, many of you want to sell stuff immediately. All of us do, right? We'd love to sell 100% of our inventory within a month. And if you want a store like that, then it's going to be a smaller store. You're going to have a harder time finding items. And I guarantee you still take longer than a month to sell things. That's just how it is. It doesn't matter what you're selling. So anyway, yeah, just keep consistent about listing, sourcing, listing, running promotions, making sure you respond to offers, shipping things out on time, all that stuff, and good customer service. And through the ups and downs, overall, you should do well. So here's to more sales to myself and to all of you. Stay positive, keep sourcing, keep listing, and keep pushing, because all of your hard work now will pay off, as we get further into Q4, which this is supposed to be the best times, right? From about August till about February, depending, especially if you're doing, it doesn't matter what you're doing, basically, the sales are going to rise. So if you keep listing now, you should see a lot of sales throughout these next, 4 or 5 months. All right, guys, see you next video. Take care.